How can you stop wasting your time? What are 7 ways to double your focus? Let's find out. So by the way, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. So the first thing you gotta do, you really gotta declutter your devices, yeah? If you look at too much stuff all day long, it's just not gonna work. Yeah, you're gonna be overwhelmed, you're gonna waste time, you're gonna be unfocused. So what can you do? For your laptop, really organize it. Organize it into folders, have different systems. If you should look at your screen, it should not be full with apps, with all files and everything. That should just not be the case, okay? For your browsing, you can use one tab. Yeah, that will simplify all these browsing windows into one, so it will be less cluttered and less overwhelming. For your emails, you can use Unroll Me. This will really help you manage your email inbox much more easily. And also then you gotta consider your phone, because here's what most people do. We have it in our hand all day long, all the time. We never take a break. It's just terrible. So what I like to do, I'd like to assign my phone a bed. Yeah, in my office, in my home, there's a very specific area. I put my phone there, I will not touch it. So for you as well, think about where could that area be and give yourself a break. Number 2, use app blockers. Yeah, so if you still have a challenge though, especially for most people, that I help, that I consult, that I talk with, the biggest challenge really putting their phone to the bed. Yeah, even though they hear about it, they plan it out, it just simply doesn't work. So what can you do if you still have your phone and you got to use it for certain tasks, but you will be easily get distracted? So you can use apps like Freedom or Cold Turkey. What these apps basically do, you can set which websites you want to block out or which apps you don't want to be able to use for a set period of time. Yeah, just know, usually once you hit that button, boom, you really cannot access it. Yeah, so for me as an emergency, if you ever need to use the browsing or the app or a certain website, don't use the app for all your devices. Have a security backup device. Yeah, but in general, these apps really help you maximize your time, get you focused more. Strategy number 3 is to simply close the door or to disappear. Yeah, if you close the door, make sure you have a beautiful, potentially red, do not disturb at all costs sign. Yeah, if it's closed, the sign is there, nobody can interrupt you. You got to communicate that, of course, in advance. That is critical. Or option 2, my preferred favorite, disappear. Yeah, disappear. If you work in a company, find a meeting room as far away from your team as possible if you got to really focus. Yeah, if you're an entrepreneur, consider working maybe outside every day for a couple of hours. You go to a coffee shop, you go to a co-working space. So many options. Yeah, because if you disappear, it's very simple. It's the ultimate strategy, because if they can't find you, they can't interrupt you. Now, of course, my recommendation again, discuss this with your team. Yeah, discuss this with your team members so it's not a surprise for them, but they know you're out for focus time. Number 4, use focus enhancing music. Yeah, music for your ears, exactly. So you could use brain.fm. They got a great selection of songs and music that basically really stimulates and helps you focus and be more productive. Or do my personal favorite, make a playlist of your favorite songs, yeah, and keep repeating them. Songs that will get you in flow, will get you in the zone, and they really help you focus. Yeah, and I learned this tip from Tim Ferriss, who wrote the 4-Hour Workweek. Yeah, it's a fantastic strategy. So use music to help you focus more. Number 5, prioritize. Yeah, so you want to prioritize, because most people they're like a balloon in the wind. Yeah, they're taken wherever the wind takes them. They have no priority, they have no direction. So you got to become better at priority. You want to plan your day, your week ahead. You want to have a priority for every single day. And priority really means you got to organize what is the most important thing that I should do first. Yeah, I made other videos for this, especially how to plan your day, your week. I'm going to leave a couple up here or down there, so check them out. And so a question that I always get is, Ben, how can I get better at prioritizing? Yeah, and one way to start, a great way to start, is the Eisenhower method. Yeah, the Eisenhower method is divided into 4 different quadrants. And as you can see, we have urgent tasks, non-urgent tasks, we have important tasks and unimportant tasks. Yeah, and that's how the 4 quadrants are created. So quadrant number 1, that is urgent and important. Yeah, and this is really emergencies. You got to do it right away. Imagine your high-paying customers, they need the proposal, they need something immediately. You got to do it immediately, if not, you're going to lose the customer. You don't want to do that, right? So number 1, you will always have to deal with, but keep in mind, this is the land of emergencies, and many people who are stressed out, they operate from this quadrant most of the time. Then we have quadrant number 2. Yeah, it's important, but not urgent. And this is really the land of planning, of creating, and this you have to schedule in. I got to tell you what, if you want to move your life, your career further ahead, you got to become a master of quadrant number 2, because most people never do it. Do you know why? It's not urgent. It's not urgent. So they're like, you know, one day I'm going to write that book, because it's important for them, but it's not urgent. There's no pressure there. True? So anything great you want to create for your life, for your career, is in quadrant number 2. So you got to get better at that. And then we have quadrant number 3. This is urgent, but not important. Okay? And this really, whatever happens here from this quadrant, is usually you either want to delegate it or you even want to delete it. You want to ask yourself, do I have to deal with this at all? Or is there a better method, right? So for example, you're getting your bills in the mail and then you got to write a check or you got to transfer. Can you set up the automatic transfer so you almost don't have to deal with it anymore? All right? So again, it's not that important. I know some of you might say, oh, but paying the bills is important. Oh, well, yeah, okay, it's important, but it's not that crazy important for your life. You can automate it. True? So try to delegate it. And then we have quadrant number 4. Not urgent, not important. I like to call this trash time sometimes. But it's also, you know, mindless scrolling through social media that has zero benefit for you. It makes you feel crappy afterwards. So you really want to look at quadrant number 4. What are things that are not important, not urgent, that I do all day long, that I should eliminate? Yeah. And again, this helps you prioritizing, because most of the time you want to focus 80-90% of your time on quadrant 1 and 2. And here's the magic. If you become better at quadrant number 2, quadrant number 1 will get smaller over time. Number 6, think about turning focus into a game. Do you like games? I like games, right? So here are a couple of great apps you can try out. One is the Forest app, where you basically grow a virtual forest, a virtual tree, right? And over time a forest, using this game. And really, it's when you focus on your most important tasks, the tree keeps growing. If you change and you stop it, then the tree dies. Yeah, so try it out, test it out. You can see it better when you check it out. The other one is Habitica app. Yeah, Habitica really, it helps you turn your task list into more of a fun game, into something more exciting. So try that out as well. Again, if you like games, these are 2 great apps you can start with. Number 7, take a break every 60 or 90 minutes. You cannot focus non-stop. Nobody can. Nobody. If you've watched my past videos about productivity, about focus, whatever, you know I always talk about this one. And it might sound annoying, but it's so true. You cannot focus longer than 60, 90 minutes. Your mental focus, your productivity, everything will just drop and go down. You're like a Formula 1 race car. You go fast for 60, 90 minutes, and then you take a 10, 15 minute break. All right? And keep doing that throughout the day, then you get most results. And lastly, a little bonus here, invest in ergonomic tools. Yeah? So this is really about that your body is in the best condition for you to be productive, for you to be focused. So maybe you should get a standing desk, yeah? Or one of these motion desks that you can move up and down. I got one here myself, so I find them great, yeah? Ergonomic chair is another option. All right, maybe an ergonomic keyboard, mouse. Again, what can you do to be in peak focus, peak productivity throughout your day? So comment down below one time, which of these strategies will you apply? If you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button, like this video, give it a thumbs up, and most importantly, I really look forward to seeing you for the next video.